Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we are from a group A which consists of Rizky, Febri, Yanti, Fauziyah Siregar and Anggraini Simatupang will present the result of our discussion about leadership in library organization. Let's just go straight to my friend Fauziyah Siregar to start the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, before that, I would like to thank Sister Rizky, Febri, Yanti for giving me the opportunity to explain my material. Here I will explain about leadership in library organization. Definition of leadership. Definition of leader and leadership are something that cannot be separate because they are a entity. A leader must have a leadership spirit. Definition of leadership. Leadership is a process of influencing a group to accept stance, goals, behavior of trust. 3 tips of leadership styles provided by Fauziyah and Science 1989. 1. Directive leadership. Leaders strive for their subordinates to know exactly what is expected of them, what behavior is desired and what word performance is desired and expected. 2. Participative leadership. Leaders are willing to profit with opportunities for their subordinates to participate in various steps in the administrative process, from setting goals, formulating policies and various other functions to ensure organization productivity. Okay, not until here I can explain. The next explanations will be delivered by Sister Anggraini Simatupang.
I will continue the result of our discussion. C. Leadership concept. 1. The concept of leadership style. Towards a library that is full of conference and care for the environment surrounding the library on is finished by the leadership of the head of the library. Leadership style can be considered as an inner modality because the success and future of a person to lead is determined by the quality of his leadership. 2. The concept of leadership style effectiveness. The application of the leadership style is strongly influenced by the maturity level being led. So it is necessary to know the level of maturity that is led because 3 is a direct relationship between the right leadership style be applied with the maturity level that is led in others to obtain adequate obedience and influence. This is approach has 2 factors, namely 1. Task-oriented style. The leader provides direction to subordinates. 2. Employee or employee-oriented style, that is, the leader provides more motivation, the traffic supervision to subordination. D. Leadership in organizational culture. In organizational, a leader or manager is needed to achieve organizational goals as a basic element of the organization. This leader will influence the attitude of employees in carrying out their work. Between leaders and organizational culture has a very close relationship. Leaders and organizational culture are very different phenomena because every aspect of leadership continues from organizational culture.
Thanks to Anggraini. Well, I will continue the next material entitled The Role of Leadership in Library. The success of library is determined primarily by the skill, abilities, traits, personal attitudes, motives, and knowledge of their leaders, characteristic we refer to as competence. Forst and Johansson found that library leaders perceive future leadership roles to be highly oriented towards people and values, competence such as attitude, dialogue, mutual respect, openness, and the ability to cooperate, motivate, and inspire are very important. Different types of qualities the required. For different professions, the qualities of library leaders have been identified in a large number of articles discussing leadership in libraries. Well, these qualities can be applied to leadership in any area, like business, early education, banking, and interest. However, library leaders have special qualities that differ from leaders in other fields. No less important in library development is the role of the head of the library in developing human research. Not all heads have the same human in relation to human research development. It is very good if the head of the library provides opportunities for employees to develop both through formal education and training. And it would be very good if the head of the library was not worried that his education or rank was matched by his staff in the library. Sending employees to take part in education and training for those who are able is very important for the development of the library heads who are average of quality in education levels or ranks will always try to hinder employee development. Ridwan Shah explained that the presence of leadership in a person is supported by 6 aspects, namely aspects of physically, intellectually, emotionally, sociability, personality, and morality. Physically aspect is about physical things that will affect subordinates' perception of a person's leadership abilities. The aspect of intellectually is about the ability of a leader to manage a way of thinking in order to have a more effective influence on subordinates. The emotional aspect is closely related to a leader's ability to manage emotion, both personal and subordinate emotions, so that they can have more influence on subordinates. Personality is an aspect of leadership that is related to awareness of the nature of the self and the personal vision and mission that will be carried out. For and dissemination of subordinates, this aspect of morality is the most important foundation of leadership because it relates to the awareness of the ability to maintain moral integrity to be able to influence others in a more sustainable and long-term manner in the context of leadership in library. Institutions, according to Kristianto, in its application as a concept of library leadership, the aspect mentioned above can be used and developed. So, the conclusion, leadership is a process of influencing a group to achieve certain goals. Leadership has a focus in terms of movements that try to reach. The sociability aspect is the ability to build social network as a capital to expand the influence of the leader. bring a group of people toward a better and ideal chance. Therefore, it can be imagination that the functions of a leader is to bring two organization to action. This is the result of our presentation, and if there are friends who want to ask, we will invite them, and if there is an error that we have made either from our attitude or speech, we are sorry.